Greetings and welcome to Let's MicroManage Distant Worlds. I'm going to be playing with the Legends expansion pack, and my current version is 1.7.0.20. Just going to slip into the option screens here quickly, and as you can see I'm going to be controlling everything manually. I've got nothing checked here. The only thing I do actually automate is patrol ships, stuff like that. I take control of fleets, but the single ships I usually just automate. They do a pretty good job at protecting stuff. So other than that, everything will be me. So let's start a new game. I'm not going to get into too much detail what all these settings do. There's another gentleman on YouTube that by the name of Das24680. He has a video that details all these settings very well. So I might put a link to his page in the description when I'm done. So we're going to start with an elliptical galaxy, and only 250 stars in a 10 by 10 sectors. Things are going to be pretty spread out, which is a little more realistic in my mind. Nothing in space is close to each other, so that's the way I like to play it. Expansion is default at starting. Difficulty, I usually play it hard, but for this I've put it at normal just so I don't get my butt kicked and embarrass myself here. Aggression I've cranked up to unstable from normal. I just found normal to be a bit too peaceful for my liking. I don't like to start too many wars, but I'll certainly finish them. Research costs I've cranked up to very expensive. I just like a slower tech tree. It makes the game a bit longer. I find I'm not retrofitting as much, that sort of thing. Space creatures I've set to none because I really don't like them. They don't really add much to the game other than added frustration. Pirates I've left at normal. And next, colony prevalence I've cranked up to abundant. Because we're only dealing with 250 stars, this gives us more moons and planets to colonize. Independent alien life is default at normal. I usually just go with whatever they suggest on this. I don't monkey with that too much. Colonization range limits I've set to 2 sectors. Because we're only dealing with 250 stars again. Anything less might actually leave you stranded in your home system. You just can't get out to colonize any further. So 2 seems to be pretty balanced. I am running a couple mods, which I will get into in a bit here. For now, I'm just going to set this to random. We'll just roll the dice and take whatever it deals us. We're going to be the Caspelian Empire, and we're going to start in the Outer Rim. Again, because of 250 stars, I've cranked this up to excellent, just so there's more resources and maybe more colonization, or colonizable planets in our home system, maybe. Stuff like that. All this is default, size is starting, tech starting, corruption at normal. And random government, it'll probably pick a government depending on what race it gives us. Okay, I've set up 20 other civs here. Races. I play Civilization a lot, so I tend to call them races. Most of them are at starting distant away from me. Added distance away from me, I guess. I've got a couple at average. These ones we're going to meet fairly soon. Actually, maybe I'll throw another one on average. Why not? So 4 of them will be average. We'll meet them pretty soon, and the others will trickle in eventually. We're going to allow independent alien colonies to become full empires. So we're starting with 20. Myself is 21, so we might end up with more than 21, depending on how that goes. Victory conditions, I'm going to play sandbox, which means the only way to win is to basically kill everybody. And I've disabled the story events. I might do another one of these with the story events, but for now I'm just going to disable those. So let's start the game. Okay. We're going to be the Cascudans. Ooh, Way of Darkness. Okay, this is one of... Okay, I did mention I'm running a couple of mods. These guys, I believe, are part of the Distant World... what's it called again? Distant World Extended, 38 races. It's done by Harry78, and I'll maybe place a link in the description to that forum post where you can pick this up. So we have one colony, one system, and we're in sandbox mode. So okay, I'm going to pause right away. First thing I'm going to do is see where we are. Okay, so looking at this, now remember I gave myself a 2-sector colonization range limit, so we'll be able to see all the, or get to all this and all these. Now beyond that, it's going to be a bit of a toss-up. If we get some independent colonies, we can pop out and take them. But as far as actually just outright settling, we're going to be restricted to pretty much in here and maybe a bit up into here, and that's going to be it. So that's not bad. That's actually not bad. I've actually started on fewer systems and done all right. So okay, so let's come back in here. Okay. So, Alorian 1 is our home system. This is our home planet, sorry. And Volcanic is our native type. And we start with Necrostone, Otendium Opal, and Osalia. Those are our home system resources, or home planet resources. These are troops, and okay. So, let's see what we got here. We got one construction ship, one exploration ship. Oh! Wow. Okay, we got 3 planets we can go for right away. I think I noticed that one. If we zoom out, I noticed that one up here. Yeah, there it is there. So we got 2 in their home system. So we'll have 3 planets in our home system. That's pretty good. This is actually really good. And then we can branch out into that one. Okay, awesome. So that part isn't bad at all. Okay. Now let's just slip into here. Yeah, Way of Darkness. Wow. I don't think I've ever played this government before. Interesting. Nice war wariness. Maintenance cost minus 30%. Yes, this is very good. Well, interesting anyways. Okay. That's what I like about Distant Worlds, and especially with the extended race mod. The replayability is just phenomenal. Very few games tend to resemble each other. So, okay. So first thing I like to do is actually come into our ship designs. Go to state ships, and actually I'm just going to do something here quickly because we're going to be micromanaging everything. I don't want all these on automatic. I want to be doing this manually, so I'm just going to click these to manual. And I'm going to do the same thing with our state bases. And everything else can stay. We can't do anything with this anyways. There's private sector, which you can't really monkey with too much. You can redesign stuff, but they decide when they retrofit. So you don't really have any say in that. Actually, I don't even bother too much. Let's go to this. I don't even bother too much with this screen. I just leave this on automatic. And yeah, it usually takes care of itself. I haven't really had to redesign too much in here or even touch any of this. This is private sector. They just buzz along and do what they need to do. Okay, so let's go back to buildable designs. Okay, colony ship is my first target here. I like to redesign these to have some weaponry on them. I'm just going to sort by category, sort by name. And I'm going to put 5 blasters on these. What I find happens quite often is pirates will try to attack some of the bases that aren't even finished being constructed yet. And the only thing around is a construction ship. So by having some weapons on them, I have an option to at least take out those pirates. In the early game anyways, they get a bit too overpowering later to actually be taken out by this construction ship. But okay, we got a couple warnings. We got to get rid of those. So we need more hab and life support. Okay, power looks good. So that's just a bit of punch. Now one more thing we got to do is, because this wasn't really meant to be a military vessel, we're set to evade no matter what, so they'll just take off the minute they see an enemy, which isn't what we want. I'm going to set that to all weapons, so if it's a stronger opponent they're going to take off, which is fine. Weaker opponents are going to stick around and fight it out. And they're going to wait until shields are at 20% before they flee. How's our power here? That's our excess energy output. Basically what you want to do is look at this number, 48. Your cruise energy, which is 20, so that's what, 68. And for argument's sake, we'll just say 2 on the shield recharge, so that's 70 altogether. And we got an excess energy output of 86, so that looks good. Now, I'm probably not going to be the best at explaining some stuff, so you might have to search out some other videos to get better explanations. I tend to gloss over some stuff, I think, when I'm explaining stuff. Now, because we're on such a sparse map, I'm going to do something with these exploration ships. I'm going to put some more fuel cells on them. They only have a fuel capacity of 300, so that runs out fairly quick. Now, because they're going to go into deep space and everything, I'm going to add some more fuel cells. And 480 is not bad for starters. We don't want to put them to 1,000 or anything, because they'll just drain all our fuel, and then there'll be nothing left for the other ships. So 480 is not bad. More life and hab, life support, and the hab module, and that's all we need on here. Some people like to arm these, but I don't bother. As long as they can get away, that's fine. I don't need these to be a military ship at all. Okay. Destroyer. Let's just quickly have a look at this. Okay, so he's got a troop compartment. We can't build troop ships yet, or troop transports yet. But we will want to be carrying some troops. So having destroyers will allow us to take some troops around. Until we do get our troop transports. I think they come along. Let's go to all designs. Yeah, we need a size of 307, and our maximum ship size right now is 230. So we need a bit more tech before we can actually get our troop transports. So go back to the latest buildable designs. So all that's fine. I'm not going to bother with any of this right now. We'll be retrofitting before too long anyways. Now bases, I like to upgrade those as well, especially the deep space stuff. These are going to be around planets, so I don't worry about upgrading those right away. But these ones, I do like to put a bit of extra weaponry on them. They do come with 2 blasters, but I like to put 5 more on them. This does make them a little more expensive, but I just feel more comfortable having that. Okay, now we're going to need another fission reactor, because we got 68 energy used plus, I'll round it up to 2, so say 70, but we're only excess energy output of only 64. And because we'll be retrofitting these in a bit anyways, I don't mind putting an extra fusion reactor on. We could probably get away without it, but I'm not going to take the chance. So, okay, save. Now I'm just going to quickly do the rest of these without saying too much about it. And save. And upgrade. And hab module, life support, and save. Okay, so those are done. One more thing I like to do is, these are the private sector mining stations, gas miner and regular miners. Again, not quite enough weaponry for my liking. So I'm going to put 5 more of those on. And we need more hab modules, another life support, and another reactor for sure. We're definitely running a shortage there. And okay. Good. Oop, no, we don't want to edit. We want to upgrade. Okay, 5 blasters, 1 fission reactor, and hab module and life support. And that is it for upgrading our designs. Okay. Now, because we've upgraded our constructors, I'm going to retrofit that one right away and take the automation off. And same thing with the exploration ship. We're going to upgrade that and take the automation off. Okay, so they're going to go in. Construction ships will be upgraded in the planetary queue, where the explorer will be upgraded at the spaceport. So, with that in mind, we want to... Okay, let's just come in here for a sec. As you can see, we have 6 space yards. So I want this explorer to take up 1 of these, so that leaves us 5 spots free. So if I come in here, we'll build order. So I'm going to just build 5 of these. And purchase. So now, if we just let that run just for a minute. Okay, and if we go back in here, okay, there's our build queue. We haven't quite moved in yet, but they're waiting. So we'll have 5 of those, and then our 1 exploration will fill this space yard up. Okay, let that run just a... Actually, one more thing I like to do is the science. Where you're researching starfighters. Well, first thing I like to do, okay, you just right click to get to take that off. I want to just enhance my beam weapons. The reason I like to do this is because improvements to Maxus blasters don't require a refit. You get better blasters, but you don't have to refit to get them. They're just automatically upgraded. So we're going to do that, and we'll just leave that for now. Fast mining, no. Let's go for increased construction size. Or, well, I'm going to enhance my shields first, because I think I got everything I need with the destroyer, with the troop module, before I have to worry about this. So we're just going to quickly enhance our shields. Again, this doesn't require a retrofit, it's just an automatic upgrade, or an improvement, sorry. And on the last one, I'm going to hold off on that and go for sensors and then scanners. Long-range scanners I absolutely love, so I make sure I get those as soon as possible. And we have 1 research station, which is a high-tech. And we get a 30% bonus for our government style. Okay, so, and let that run for a minute. Let's just have a quick look at our leader. Ooh, plus 16 colony happiness. Okay. He's not looking too bad. Intelligence agent, which we will quickly assign to counterintelligence, because there's nothing really for him to do until we meet some other races here. Okay, I am just going to just run for just a bit longer and pause again just a sec. Okay, I was just waiting for this constructor to move into the space yard on the planet. Okay, and there he is. So, what I like to do at this point is, because we only have a high-tech research station, I'm going to pull the other two types of research up a notch by building an energy research and a weapons research. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just bringing these two up to close to, well, it's going to be about 180, but this is actually bonused out a bit. By the looks of it, I guess it's 30% working for us here. So this will bring this in line, and that's usually all I need for research for the beginning game. I don't know whether we have any locations. Oh, and we do. Okay, well, that's good. Weapons research will fly along then. Okay. Alright. So, and then after those are done, I'm going to build a couple more constructors. And that's all we're going to put in this queue for the moment. And I guess that's all we need to do. Carry on. Now, let's go check our queue here again. And there we go. Nice and full. And there's our retrofit happening there. So what I might do is queue up a few more things. I've got lots of cash, so okay, we want at least 3 of those. 3 of those. Okay, and what I'm going to do is come into the space yard, or the construction yard. So I'm going to select military ships. Come down here, and there's the ships we just ordered. They're not built yet, but I'm going to create the fleet right now. So new fleet. Okay, and I'm going to actually go into the fleet screen and rename this fleet to the first assault fleet. Okay. And we're still hanging in with some money, so I'm not spending too quick. And there's our retrofits done. Okay, so pause. Now what I'm going to do now is order 6 of these. And that'll still leave me enough money if I want to get a colony ship right away. So, and I think that's going to be good for building for a bit. So, what we want to do now, in case you're wondering, the quick zoom keys are delete and home. So if I want to zoom back in, I hit the home key. Delete takes you about halfway out, and end takes you all the way out. So yeah, let's go back to midway point. And we have an exploration ship, which we will take over here and explore the system. And off he goes. Now, because we're micromanaging, I see all our explorers are going to be automated out the gate, so I don't want that. So I'm going to come in here again, drop down to exploration ships, and I'm just going to click these off. This is the automation, so I'm going to take the automation off, and off we go. So build, and our first constructor is ready to go. What if I shouldn't? Nah. Let's go check our resources. I'm going to sort by type. Ooh, looks like we need the biggies. The important ones are polymer. We got a necrostone. We need that for our weaponry. Carbon fiber, which is used for just about everything. Silicone again. If you click on these, you can see what modules are the resources needed for. So yeah, so we need silicon like real quick. So let's make that our priority. We need to make polymer and carbon fiber our priority too. we start with a fair stockpile, so we're not going to run out right away, but because I've been constructing very heavily, we're going to run out soon. So which one did I say? Oh, silicon. So drop this down, the silicon, and we have none. Okay. So we're going to be hunting for that high and low. Carbon fiber, none. Polymer, none. Okay. This just got very challenging. Alright, well, what do we got? What can we just send that constructor to do here? Got necrostone already. Oh, I don't even see Kevlar. We got one. We definitely need more Kevlar. That's our main fuel source, and it is not fun running out of fuel. Okay, well, get some more necrostone then. And carry on. Okay. So that's everything up and running. I'm probably going to make these videos 30-minute chunks, just to make it easier to upload. Plus any comments made on it will be a bit more relevant. It's kind of hard to read a comment about something that happened within a 5-hour video. So it just keeps the comments a little more relevant to what's going on. Okay. So one of our bases research centers are done. So if we come back in here, go here, and look at that. So we got one more coming, which will bring that one up, and that's pretty much a good boost for the beginning. We'll build that other one we found a bit later. We do have a potential limit here. I believe this plus this plus this can't exceed that. If you do, you're just basically wasting, I think. I haven't quite wrapped my head around this whole dynamic yet, but my game progression, I haven't run into any problems, so I just have a natural progression that seems to work with that. So we'll just let that go. And we've got a couple minutes left before this one is going to end, so what I might do is pause and maybe talk about the mods I'm using. I think I touched on this during the setup, but the first one is the graphic enhancement mod. As you can see, these icons are all a bit different from the default. This is, well, it's called graphic enhancement mod, GEM for short, and it's made by Martian. I'll post a link to his thread at the Matrix forums, maybe in the description. And the other mod I'm using is the Distant World Extended Races. 38 races, I believe there are. And that's Harry78. And again, I will post a link to his thread at Matrix forums as well. I find those two mods just make the game so much nicer. Especially the extended mod, Harry's extended mod. It really enhances the gameplay, and you definitely have a varied experience from game to game. It's not the same setup, and it's not the same out the gate every time. It all depends on what you start with. So I think we will just end this one here, and we'll pick it up again in the next one. So we got everything started up, and that's good. So we will see you then.